イチ、起きなさい。ケイチ、遅刻するわよ。
Mom was desperately calling out to me because I hadn't gotten up at the usual time.
今起きるよ。
Even though I said that, I couldn't pull myself out of the futon. My body was so heavy, like lead. To be more accurate, it was my heart that felt heavy. A vision of Shion and Satoko laying in a pool of blood came back to me anytime I closed my eyes. That bloody kitchen knife laying on the ground. As I recalled it now, it still felt like I was holding it in the palm of my hand. I'll take my revenge with this. I'll have my revenge on the person who took my peaceful everyday life from me in an instant.
ケイチ、
When I opened my eyes, Mom was standing before me.
具合悪そうね。今日休む？
I frequently skipped school back in my old town, but I've been in good health since I moved here. In the past, Mom would just smack me and drag me out of the futon, but today she seemed really worried about me. Yeah, I can't really think he's making the smartest choice in grabbing the murder weapon and carrying it around, but he's Keiichi. I don't expect better.
ごめん。今日休ませて。熱あるみたいだ。
I said the right things and tried to look apologetic.
珍しいこともあるわね。じゃあ、レナちゃんが迎えに来たらそう言っておくわ。あんたが休みだなんて、レナちゃんきっとがっかりするわよ。
Mom said that cheerfully. She'd be disappointed, huh? Actually, I wonder what kind of face I'd make if I had to say Reina. What kind of face would Reina be making in a time like this? I was roaring like a ferocious beast at Satoko's house yesterday. My heart was on fire. Every time I told myself I was only doing what I had to do, a feeling of emptiness sprang up. I have no idea what I'm supposed to live for now. Maybe clinging to my hatred is the best way to go on living. Yeah, he doesn't care anymore, but it's still not a smart idea. I mean, if nothing else, it is a murder weapon and you're getting your fingerprints all over it. That's kind of bad. Which means that they're gonna find the uncle's body if they think, well, he killed Satoko, maybe he killed the uncle too. You know, I'm just saying.
風邪薬を持ってくるわね。
After a while, I still felt numb and unable to respond, so Mom left the room. I didn't need cold medicine. I wanted to say that, but decided to keep quiet. Silence once again filled the room. The day we killed Teppei Hojo in the forest felt like so long ago. The world has changed since that day. When Satoko screamed in despair after witnessing me mercilessly beat Teppei Hojo to death, that was when it changed. Or, you know, just the fact that you decided to actually kill a man, that made things change too. I'm just saying. I wonder why all of this happened. Murder, 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 murder. Just throwing out a guess. Who killed Shion? And why did Satoko have to die like that, with her throat torn apart? If Shion's story was accurate, it was similar to Tomotaki-san's death. He clawed out his throat with his own fingernails and ultimately died from excessive blood loss. The police suspected that Tomotaki-san's death was a suicide, but if that was the case, it suggested Satoko's death was also a suicide. Satoko committing suicide? Why? That's impossible. Well, I mean, she was probably not in the best of mental health after, you know, witnessing her uncle get murdered by her best friends. You know, that might have an effect on her mental health. Or it's just the drugs, one of the two. I once again recalled the scene of Satoko with her throat torn wide open. However, it became completely unbearable after just 2 seconds. The terrible sight and repulsive bloody scent of Satoko's corpse was burned into my memory.
おかしいわね。今日レナちゃんもお休みかしら。
Mom came back with cold medicine. Normally, if I wasn't at our usual meeting place, Reina would worry about me and come to my house to check on me. My normal, everyday life. I never thought it was so fragile. I tossed the cold medicine in my mouth and drank a sip of water right away. There was nothing wrong with my body, but taking cold medicine wouldn't make it any worse. That you know of.
じゃあ学校にはお母さんが電話しておくから。おとなしくしてるのよ。
Instead of responding, I simply closed my eyes. I wanted to sleep like this for the rest of my life, to get away from everything. In a pleasant dream where Satoko, Shion, Reina, Mion, and Rika-chan all play and have club activities together, I didn't need anything else. That was all I wanted. I softly begged for it. Not sure if it was thanks to the cold medicine or not, but before I knew it, I fell asleep. The phone was ringing. I guess Mom went out, and I guess Dad's out too. Where could they have gone? The phone kept ringing nonstop. I was getting sick of it, but I gave up. I was in no mood to listen to a telemarketer's poor sales pitch right now. They're trying to reach Mom or Dad, but I guess they're both out. Come on, just leave me alone. The caller was far too persistent. It caused a lingering unease in my heart to gradually grow stronger. I didn't know why, but I just had a feeling that the person on the other end of this phone would deliver me even more bad news. I headed downstairs. I stood there and watched the phone ring for a while. If I pick up that phone, another wave of unfortunate events will be unleashed. I thought that for a second, but the next moment I picked up the receiver. The atmosphere grew tense as I heard a very faint voice on the other end of the phone. Who is it? As I thought that, I tried to say something, but just then I heard the other person's voice.
もしもし。
It's gonna be Mion. Hearing that voice made all the blood in my body run cold.
はい。
よかった。やっと通じた。ケイちゃんですね。
It's gonna be Mion. Twins, same identical voice. Why is the game trying to pull this for a fake out? Impossible! I thought back nostalgically as I heard a lovely, familiar voice. And the owner of that voice was Shion, who would already be dead.
もう出ないかと思いましたよ。お姉に聞いたら学校も休みだって言うし。
Okay, this is creepy. He's dreaming, isn't he?
一体どうしちゃったんですか？
Shion was talking in her usual cheery tone. What are you doing, Shion? Yesterday you were dead, right? That's gonna make calling a bit difficult. Just a tiny bit.
ケイちゃん、大丈夫ですか？
あ、うん。ごめん。今日風邪ひいたみたいでさ。
I tried to keep the conversation calm while assessing my opponent's attitude. Well, he knows both Mion and Shion, I will say that. Unless you're talking about a different twist. A dead person was calling me. I desperately pondered the meaning of that while listening to the bright voice coming in through the receiver.
大丈夫ですか？まったくもうお腹出して寝てたりしたんじゃないですか？
大丈夫だって俺がそんなことするわけないだろ。
ですよねでもケイちゃん寝相悪そうですしね。私が添い寝してあげましょうか。
He's definitely dreaming. Our meaningless conversation continued. I tried to be cheery and tried to stay calm as I spun together whatever words I could muster.
いいって大丈夫だよ。シオンが隣にいたんじゃ一晩中眠れないに決まってるだろうが。
Lewd references aside.
なんでですか？私はケイちゃんと違って寝相いいですよ。
よく言うぜ。夜通したっぷり蹴られて殴られて起きたら何にも覚えてませんって言うんだろ。分かってるんだぜ。
ケイちゃんひどい。いくらなんでもあんまりですよ。じゃ、本当かどうか試してみます？
遠慮しとく。
This was a game of catch, throwing meaningless words back and forth to pass the time. When I realized that, I stopped laughing.
シオン。
はい。
Who am I really talking to right now? Or rather, maybe I should be asking who was that corpse at Satoko's house.
ケイちゃん、どうしたんです？
So, could Mion and Satoko have had a showdown at her house and it went horribly wrong that way and Shion's taking over for Mion now or something? Are we at that point? Could that be it? This game pulls too many switches with the twins here.
いや、なんでもない。それより何か用があったんじゃなかったのか。
留守電に電話くれって入れたのケイちゃんじゃないですか。
留守電？
そうですよ。至急聞きたいことがあるって。
Oh, that's right. Yesterday, Reina, Rika-chan, and I were all desperately searching for Shion together in an effort to locate Satoko. It's crazy I was already forgetting something like that. I banged my head with my fist to sharpen my senses.
ケイちゃん、大丈夫ですか？風邪薬持って私そっちに行きましょうか？
いや、いい。風邪薬は飲んだから。
On the chest, sides, stomach, back, neck, and legs, Shion was shedding blood from all over her body while laying on the floor at Satoko's house yesterday. And Satoko was laying there too, with her throat torn open like it was ripped open. Could all of that been a hallucination? Could the two of them still be alive and well somewhere? Was I mistaken in thinking I saw the both of them?
特に用がないなら私バイト行きますよ。
シオン。
はい。
昨日ちゃんとバイト行ったのか？
やだな、ケイちゃん。何言ってるんですか。当たり前ですよ。
家には帰ったか？
当たり前です。人を不良少女みたいに言わないでくださいよ。
そうだよな。
そうですよ。
そうだよな。
Which we know is a lie, but you know. I know it's been a month, but I do remember that we ran into Oishi, and he'd been staking out Shion's house for a while now. The silence continued. If she went home yesterday, wouldn't have someone have seen her? Oishi was supposed to be waiting in front of her house, right? Didn't that seem unusual? And what happened to Satoko? Was she really about to head to Angel Mort? Did she go yesterday too? Why would she lie about that? Even though there were a lot of things I wanted to ask, she'd probably dodge all my questions.
じゃあ、用がないなら切りますよ。風、お大事に。
待ってくれ。
I immediately began squeezing the receiver tight.
はい。
思い出した。凶器のこと。
凶器？
鉄平を殺したあの晩、シオン、凶器を持って帰ったろ。
はい、それが何か？
Shion responded like it was perfectly natural. My heart was racing. Shion wasn't responsible for weapons disposal. Reina was.
あれ、隠し場所を変えようって話、レナとしてたんだよ。
ああ、そういうことですか。でも大丈夫ですよ。絶対に見つからない場所に捨てましたから。
それじゃあダメなんだ。もう一度あれを使うことになりそうだから。
どういうことですか？
My heart was beating wildly.
悪い。家の電話じゃ言えないんだ。これからあそこに来られるかな。レナのアジト、あのゴミ山。
え？今からですか？
警察は俺たちのこと疑っているみたいだしさ。
Then the other end of the receiver went silent. Shion, tell me you're willing to come. If you're going to continue using Shion's name.
わかりました。じゃあ、今から行きますから。
Then the phone cut out. Shion's coming! With weapons she couldn't have possibly taken home. I'm sure Reina will be at the garbage mountain today, too. If Reina didn't go to school, I'm sure she'll be over there. I had no grounds for that, but I was convinced. I changed my clothes and put on my shoes. Then I grabbed an empty bag from the kitchen, hid the thing I found inside of it, and left the house. Evening had already fallen by the time I reached the garbage mountain at the dam construction site. As I parked my bike, I looked for sign of Reina's presence. Although I couldn't see Reina, I noticed her bike mixed in with the scrap. I carefully watched my step as I descended the garbage slope. What have I been doing all day today? I skipped school and spent the day hiding in bed to escape reality. I got a phone call from Shion, who was supposed to be dead, and I invited her here. It all felt so unreal. None of it was in line with my everyday thoughts. And what remained was a set of unbelievable facts. A person who couldn't possibly be alive somehow was, and a person who ought to be here was dead. When I turned around, I saw Shion coming down from the garbage slope. Shion, who the hell are you? I felt like I had an idea what the answer was. Shion turned to me with a bright, innocent smile. No, that's not Shion.
お前、ミヨンだろ。
何言ってるんですか、ケイちゃん。ちゃんとよく見てくださいよ。私、シオンですよ。
どういうつもりなんだ。
どうしちゃったんです、急に。何かあったんですか？
Shion just stared blankly at me. My confidence was wavering. Is it possible that this is actually Shion? The Shion standing before me was staring at me with eyes wide open. In my mind, those eyes overlapped with the lifeless eyes of the Shion I found dead at Satoko's house yesterday. The corpse I saw yesterday definitely had the same face as this person. So the person who was supposed to be dead speaking to me was a living contradiction. impossible. The person standing in front of me can't possibly be Shion.
シオンはもう死んでるんだよ。
え
Shion, no, Mion, audibly gasped.
お前はミオンなんだ。
Mion's eyes darted in every direction. She held a hand up to her mouth to hide the look of dismay on her face.
シオンが死んでるってどういうことです？
Her voice was trembling. She was startled to hear me confront her with the awful truth.
もうやめろよ、シオンの真似。どうして俺たちを騙したのか。俺が知りたいのはそれだけなんだ。
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
Mion immediately started apologizing. She slipped on her footing and knocked over some cans on the ground as she knelt down and pressed both her hands together.
謝らなくていい。もうどうしようもないことなんだから。
ケイちゃんとレナずっと変だなって思ってたんだ。だから騙すつもりなんて全然なかったんだよ。
そんなことを聞いてない。なんでシオンになりすましてたのか、それを知りたいだけだ。
ごめんね。ひょっとしたらサトシと同じことが起きてるんじゃないかって私そう思って。
サトシ？
Satoshi, Satoko's other older brother, the one who disappeared and left Satoko behind. Satoko's Nini.
綿流しの前くらいからケイちゃんたちシオンと3人で何か相談してたでしょ。それで何かあるのかなって気になってたんだ。なんで私を仲間に入れてくれないのかなって。わざと私には秘密にしてるみたいだった。あの時ちょっと寂しかったんだよ。だからシオンに何をしようとしているのかなって電話で聞こうとしたんだけど、電話はかけたけど聞けなかった。シオンは私のこと信頼してないような素振りを見せてたし、話してくれるわけないかって思い直した。でも気になって私ケイちゃんたちのこと本当はずっと気にしてたんだよ。そして綿流しが終わったら北条哲平がいなくなって、里子もシオンもいなくなって。
Mion raised her eyebrows as she anxiously looked up at me. I don't understand your story, Mion. You impersonated Shion because you wanted to be our friend? I couldn't understand it at all.
違うんだよケイちゃん。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
Stop apologizing. It's meaningless.
お願いケイちゃん、そんな目で見ないでよ。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
Geiichi must have the scary eyes going on, huh?
ごめんなさい。シオンはあんな性格だから、もしかして私哲平を殺したのはシオンなんじゃないかと思って。
You know, aside from what's going on here, this particular visual novel has absolutely ruined the name Keiichi for me in any other visual novel or anime or anything like that. As soon as I hear the name Keiichi, I immediately go, okay, there's the dumbass. I'm just gonna put it out. I'm just gonna put that out there.
それでシオンは逃げて行方をくらましたんじゃないかって。
She must have deduced from our stories that all three of us were involved in Teppei's murder.
それで私、それならなおさら一人で逃げてしまったシオンのアリバイを作らなくちゃと思った。それでシオンのふりしてた。それだけなんだよ。お願い、信じて。
嘘はもうやめようよ、みーちゃん。
レナ。
Oh, good. Reina's got those eyes going on. Before I realized it, Reina was standing behind Mion. Mion's eyes fixated on the massive hatchet Reina was holding.
ねえみーちゃん。
That's a pretty good place to focus your eyes, I will say that.
みーちゃんの話、おかしいよ。それならなんで、さとこちゃんも殺したの？
さとこも死んだの？なんで？まさか、どうして？白々しいんだよ。
Reina swung her hatchet down. It let out a loud bang as it sliced into the hood of a car by her feet. That's a sharp hatchet if it can actually go into metal like that.
やり方が汚いよね、みーちゃん。やってることも汚いけどさ。しーちゃんを殺しておいて、しーちゃんをかばおうと思っていたなんて、よく言えるよね。ひどい目に遭ってるさとこちゃんのこと、見て見ぬふりしてたのも、綿流しの日に殺すつもりだったからでしょ？
レナ、何言ってんの？レナの言ってること全然わかんないよ。
しらばっくれないでよ。仲間に入りたかった？笑わせないで。初めから私たち仲間なんかじゃなかったじゃない。
レナ。
Mion looked up at me like she was begging. However, all I could do was coldly gaze back at her. Mion, what you've done can never be taken back.
全部たたりなんだろう。お社様の園崎家が起こしてるんだろう。お社様のたたり。
ケイちゃん。あんたたちおかしいよ。何言ってるのか全然わかんないよ。
北条家は元から根絶やしにするつもりだった。だからさとこちゃんを殺した。
違う。私じゃない。さとこにそんなこと一度だって思ったこともない。
もういいんだよ、ミオ。お前が否定すればするほど全てがサトコを殺して、サトコを守ろうとしたシオンまでも殺した。富武さんと高野さんを殺したのはどういう理由なんだ？
Yeah, he's not falling for it at least. Which, granted, I don't know exactly what's going on, but then again, I'm probably not supposed to. This is the reveal and all, but you know, I don't get exactly when the switch happened or anything like that. It's been too long since I've last seen it.
違うよ。違うんだよ。ごめんなさい。
And I am waiting for this game to go, no, it actually wasn't Mion all along, it was a third party. Because that's what this game does.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
Tears began falling from Mion's eyes. Mion clapped both her hands together and bowed while sobbing profusely.
お社様のたたり。お前はやりたくなかったんだよな。でも園崎家の命令で仕方なかったんだよな。
I mean, it kinda does, but Mion is not a bad actress.
どうしてこんなことに。何がいけなかっ
念だったね、みーちゃん。途中でバレちゃって。
Yeah, the last time she was sincere was, what, the nail bed? Something like that?
次はレナたちの予定だったんでしょ？殺すの。
Wow, that's a hell of a schedule. You might want to talk to whoever's making that schedule.
ごめんなさい。
And who says this isn't Shion, the way this game's going? Remember, Mion was originally Shion, and Shion was originally Mion. So, who knows which one they're actually trotting out in front of us right now is Mion.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
うるさい、黙れ。
Yeah. I took out the kitchen knife I hid in the bag. The knife that was lying beside Satoko and Shion yesterday. The one that spilled the blood of my precious friends.
ケイちゃん。
Mion gasped as she opened her eyes wide in despair.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
Hey, Keiichi, forgive her already. She's apologized enough, hasn't she? She did something that can never be taken back. But even so, forgive her. This won't bring the two of them back. Mion's face was drenched with tears. That miserable face was the same Mion who always smiled about club activities. This game may like to apologize, and it needs to do a lot of it. In those days, we were all around Satoko, and everyone was smiling together.
多分黄色がブロッコリーで青がカリフラワーで、でも緑はその
まあまあ家庭科の授業ってことで。じゃあさとこ、これは？
Mion used her chopsticks to pick up a little green morsel wrapped in bacon.
でもそれアスパラ。
I held Rika-chan's mouth closed.
その黄色がカリフラワー、緑がカリフラワー。
What cauliflowers are you eating that are yellow?
さあどっちだ？ん？
わかりますもの。わかるもん。
じゃあ答えなよ。
わかるもん。わかるもん。
Satoko cried out, unable to bear it any longer. When Reina saw that, she held her head and pinched her cheeks.
かいよ。
That was her everyday life. When a salty taste entered my mouth, I realized I was crying.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
Mion was still apologizing by my feet. As the dusk began to settle in, the cries of the Higurashi grew even louder. The wind had gotten a lot cooler. It seemed like good weather for everyone to play together.
みーちゃん、ごめんね。本当はこんなことしたくなかったんだよ。それだけは分かってくれるよね。
Reina tightly gripped her hatchet. Her cheeks were soaking wet. Reina was crying too, without making a sound.
ミオン、
I clenched the kitchen knife I was holding. In the same moment that Reina swung her hatchet, I rushed in with the kitchen knife. I felt like I could hear Mion's cheerful voice mixed in with the groans of pain.
ケイちゃんにはそんなこと全然似合わないよ。それより今日の部活は何やろうか。罰ゲームはね。
Maybe I just didn't want to hear Mion's final words. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Mion's voice echoed inside my head and synchronized with my own feelings. I'd like to apologize too, Mion. I just wanted to regain our happy days. It wasn't supposed to end this way. Nobody wanted this. Chapter break. We're still going. This is a thing.